What's going on, everybody? It's King Kaif back in your life with another NBA basketball breakdown and prediction videos. As always, let's get right on into it with last night's Tuesday night games. Starting off with the Milwaukee Bucks defeating the Brooklyn Nets 118-104 behind Giannis Antetokounmpo's 33 points, 15 rebounds, and 4 assists. Great win from them. No offense, it's Brooklyn. Brooklyn has some good pieces there. They held their own for a little bit, but then Milwaukee started to take over. You kind of expect that. I didn't even expect Giannis to be back, and I still took the Bucks. They got the win, and they're looking in a good position. What they need to happen is they need Boston to lose a couple more, and I do believe that Milwaukee will overtake them eventually before the season's over as number one. Not that it does anything for them, but they get home court advantage at least. In our next game, we have the Memphis Grizzlies defeating the Los Angeles Lakers 121-109 behind Ja Morant's 39 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 2 steals. Great win from them. No LeBron in this game. He was shown in a walking boot. And, he'll probably be up most of the season. If they make the playoffs, he'll come back for that, but he won't be back probably until then, honestly. If I'm just assuming what I'm assuming, which I am assuming. Did I say assuming enough for you? But yeah, great win from the Grizzlies. They needed a bounce back, and they got a big bounce back in a big way. In our next game, we have the reigning MVP Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets defeating the Houston Rockets 133-112 by Nikola Jokic's 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. Another triple-double for that man. I believe that makes 20-something. I've lost count on the season. That is your MVP. That is your 3-time MVP. I'll say it till everybody goes deaf in the ear. Good win from them. It's the Rockets, so, that was bound to happen. In our next game, we have the Indiana Pacers shocking the Dallas Mavericks 124-122 by Tyrese Haliburton's 32 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. And all I gotta say about this game is it was a great win from Indiana, but man, there are some problems in Dallas. Luka, bud, you can't be bitching and moaning about every call. You flop, you hit the floor, and you're just sitting on the ground going, ref, where's my foul call? And then you're running up the court as slow as you can run, because you're clearly not a quick runner, and you're bitching and moaning to the refs again. Where's my call from 5 plays ago? Why didn't I get fouled? Dude, play through it. You're a foreign guy. I thought you foreign guys were tough and, were used to getting bumped and bodied, and just didn't complain about it. You got to get used to it, man. You got to get used to it. You got to play through it. You got to, mature. You have a great game, but, man, you got to get back. You got to get back on defense. You're costing your team, man. But great win from Tyrese Haliburton and the Pacers. Great one. In our next game, we have the Timberwolves bouncing back against the Clippers, 108-101 behind Anthony Edwards, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. I told you to get back on track. It wasn't a big back on track. He got 18 points, but they start out the win. A win's a win. Great win from them, and the Clippers aren't looking too good after acquiring Russell Westbrook. I wouldn't say he's the main problem, but he's one of the problems. In our next game, we have my Golden State Warriors coming back from 23 down and defeating the Portland Trail Blazers 123-105 behind Jordan Poole's 29 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3-point makes. Great team win all around. We bounced back in a big way. I'm happy that we did. We are now on a 4 or 3 game winning streak. I've lost count, honestly. But I'm just happy to see us winning again. And in 1 week's time, most likely, Steph Curry will be back on the court. I'll be happy to see him. He's my favorite player for a reason. Obviously, he leads our team. But we've held down the fort without him, and I'm loving every minute of it. In our next game, we have the Washington Wizards defeating the Atlanta Hawks 119-116 behind Bradley Beal's 37 points, 7 assists. At some point, Bradley Beal's got to get out of Washington and go contend for a championship. They have a good team right now, but they won't get anywhere near past the first playoff series they're in. They're going to get knocked out if they're in the playoffs. They could even just be bounced out in the play-ins. We'll see. In our next game, we have the Sacramento Kings defeating the OKC Thunder 123-117 behind Harrison Barnes, 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 3-point makes. If Coach Brown has not brought our energy from what Golden State was to this team, I don't know what is. He got them running all around the court like they're all Steph Curry. The ball movement's great. Great one from them. They keep it rolling, 36-25. Great team record. Great record in general. I'm happy to see how far this dark horse of the Sacramento Kings will go in the playoffs. In our next game, we have the San Antonio Spurs defeating the Utah Jazz 102-94 behind Keldon Johnson's 25 points, 4 rebounds. He'll be that next guy that's, like I said, molded by Coach Popovich, and then just shipped off like, here, you did your learning here. Get what you're learning, now go play for a really good contending team. It seems like what they've been doing in the Spurs system has been that. They did it with Kawhi, even though it wasn't on good terms. They did it somewhat with Jakob Poeltl. They did it with DeMar DeRozan. Yeah. Speaking of DeMar DeRozan, his former team, in this final game of the Tuesday game slate, we have the Toronto Raptors defeating the Chicago Bulls 104-98 behind Pascal Siakam's 20 points and 8 rebounds. They are one game under 500. We'll see how that treats them. They need to get one more win to be to lock to 500, and the Bulls are just terrible. They needed to blow that up. They needed to add so many pieces. They didn't. At this point, Lonzo Ball is a lost cause. You just got to get rid of him. Some team will, once he's healthy, do something great with him, but until then, it's not going to happen. Now let's move into our Wednesday game slate. Starting all the way down here, the Grizzlies on a back-to-back going to face the Rockets. I got the Grizzlies here. Even on a back-to-back, I like their chances. The Rockets are also on a back-to-back from last night playing the Nuggets, but they don't have to do any traveling. But still, I got the Grizzlies in that one. And the next game, we have the Lakers going to take on the Thunder. If everybody pulls in the Lakers, I'm going to take the Lakers here. There's no reason not to. OKC, they play great, and they play up to their competition just like a Sacramento team or, any other team they play up to their competition. But if they do not have SGA, it's going to be a bigger problem. I don't know where he's been. I know he's been injured. I don't know with what, but I still got the Lakers in this one. Then we have the Pelicans ready to come Trailblazers. Trailblazers on a back-to-back. They're at home. I'm going to take the Trailblazers here, even though the Pelicans did not play last night. I'm going to take the Trailblazers for the reason that they are going to be pissed that they did not win that game. That was a very winnable game against my guys, but my guys just had more heart than them. Damian Lillard didn't have that big of a impact on that game. He did at the start, but then after that, the third and fourth quarter, he only had 6 points, I believe. So he'll come out on fire again. Once again, his fire will not be put out. I can guarantee you that much. Now we move up here with the Suns taking on the Hornets, and this is a good game for one reason only. Kevin Durant should be playing tonight. It's going to be good to see him in that number 35 jersey on the Suns, and 35 was always more of a killer than his last number. So I'm going to take the Suns here. They have no LaMelo now as well, so nothing you can do about that. They've been playing great, but I think one of the reasons is because LaMelo's been there, and they've been a whole team is why they've been playing great. And now the Suns are going to get whole, and the Hornets won't be whole. It's going to be a slaughter. It's like going to a meat market. You know what to expect, slaughter. Yeah. Move on to where Bulls taking on the Pistons. Bulls on a back-to-back, Pistons on a back-to-back. I'm actually going to take the Pistons here at home. I'm going to say they somehow get it done against the Bulls. The Bulls like to get a good lead and then give it up, and they're going to give this lead up again, and I think the Pistons get it done behind a big game from Bogdan. In our next game, and possibly game of the night, we have the Cavaliers going to take on the Celtics. I'm going to take the Celtics here. I think they get a bounce back after the whole Knicks fiasco. I think Jaylen Brown should be playing, and I think they get it done here. Then we have the 76ers in a revenge game going to take on the Heat. Will it be revenge for them? I believe it will be. I think they'll be pissed and they'll take it to the Miami Heat at their house, but never slide on Miami. They did it once, they can do it again. They're always a great defending team. We'll move on though. Nets, Knicks, New York versus New York, Brooklyn versus New York. I'm gonna take the Knicks here. They've been on fire. They've been on an absolute tear. They're 6-0 since acquiring Josh Hart. And I like what Josh Hart said. He said, "It's not about me. It's about the team." Respect to that guy, because it is about the team. Julius Randle's been playing great for them. Jalen Brunson's been playing great for them. I'm gonna say Jalen Brunson has a bigger game tonight than Julius Randle, and he's the one that edges out the Nets. But the Nets are gonna be pissed that they lost last night, and they'll be coming in with something to win here. It'll be a great game. This game is always a great game, no matter who's playing on whichever team. You have G Leaguers on both teams. It's always gonna be a close game. And in our last and final game, the Magic going to take on the Bucks. Magic always playing competition. Paolo Banchero having almost 30 points. We'll round up and say he had 30. The Bucks back with Giannis on a back-to-back. I'm going to say the Bucks get it done. But I would not be surprised if this is a close game by the fourth quarter. And I would not be surprised if the Magic somehow squeak it out and get a win. I would not be shocked by that by any means. Orlando is the shocking team, shocking everybody. They've beaten the Celtics 3 times. That just tells you where they're at. But, yeah, this should do it for this video. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And, It's been your boy King Kaif, and I'm out. Peace.